ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk to you about an incredibly powerful and transformative concept, the power of critical thinking. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and endless streams of information, critical thinking is a beacon of clarity and insight. Let's start by understanding what critical thinking really is. It's more than just a skill, it's a mindset. Critical thinking means analyzing, evaluating, and synthesizing information in a disciplined way. It's about questioning assumptions, seeking out diverse perspectives, and not taking things at face value. When it comes to decision-making, critical thinking is essential. Every day we're faced with choices, some small, some monumental. Critical thinking helps us weigh the pros and cons, consider the long-term implications, and make choices that align with our values and goals. Critical thinking isn't just about making good decisions, it's also about recognizing and overcoming our own cognitive biases. We all have them, those little shortcuts our brains take that can lead to flawed thinking. Confirmation bias, anchoring bias, the list goes on. Critical thinking enhances our problem-solving skills. Life throws challenges at us every day. With a critical mindset, we don't just look for quick fixes, we dig deeper. We identify the root causes of problems and develop effective, sustainable solutions. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, strategic rather than scatterbrained. In the digital age, critical thinking is more important than ever. We're bombarded with information from all directions, social media, news outlets, blogs, you name it. Not all of it is reliable. Critical thinking helps us discern fact from fiction, filter out the noise, and focus on what's truly important. It's our defense against misinformation and manipulation. Finally, critical thinking is not a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong practice. It's about continually challenging yourself, seeking out new knowledge, and refining your understanding. It's about being curious and open-minded, always striving for growth and improvement. Understanding the essence of critical thinking is foundational for navigating life's complexities with clarity and insight. Critical thinking is not just a skill, it's a mindset that empowers you to evaluate information, make informed decisions, and solve problems effectively. At its core, critical thinking involves the ability to think clearly, rationally, and independently. It requires a disciplined approach to processing information and making judgments that are logical and well-founded. Critical thinking begins with open-mindedness and curiosity. It's about being willing to question assumptions, seek out new perspectives, and challenge the status quo. This mindset encourages you to explore various viewpoints and consider evidence from multiple sources before forming conclusions. By maintaining an open mind, you can avoid the pitfalls of rigid thinking and embrace the complexity of the world around you. Curiosity drives you to dig deeper, ask probing questions, and seek out the truth, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. One of the key components of critical thinking is analytical thinking. This involves breaking down complex information into smaller, more manageable parts to understand the underlying structure and relationships. Analytical thinking allows you to identify patterns, recognize inconsistencies, and draw connections between different pieces of information. It's about examining the details while keeping the big picture in mind. This process helps you to develop a more comprehensive understanding of the issues at hand and make more informed decisions. Another essential aspect of critical thinking is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning involves the ability to evaluate arguments, identify logical fallacies, and construct coherent, well-supported arguments of your own. It requires you to assess the validity and reliability of evidence, differentiate between correlation and causation, and draw conclusions based on sound reasoning. By applying logical reasoning, you can navigate complex situations with greater precision and avoid being swayed by emotional appeals or flawed arguments. Critical thinking also involves reflective thinking. Reflective thinking is the process of introspection and self-examination, where you assess your own beliefs, values, and biases. It's about being aware of your thought processes and recognizing how your background and experiences influence your perspectives. Reflective thinking encourages you to critically evaluate your own assumptions and consider how they may shape your judgments. This self-awareness helps you to become a more objective and fair-minded thinker, capable of making more balanced and reasoned decisions. A vital component of critical thinking is the ability to communicate effectively. Critical thinking requires you to articulate your ideas clearly and persuasively, whether in writing or speaking. This involves presenting your arguments in a logical and coherent manner, using evidence to support your claims, and addressing counter-arguments thoughtfully. Effective communication allows you to share your insights with others, engage in meaningful dialogue, and collaborate on problem-solving efforts. It also involves active listening, where you genuinely engage with others' perspectives and consider their viewpoints with an open mind. Critical thinking is particularly important in the context of information literacy. In today's digital age, we are bombarded with an overwhelming amount of information from various sources, some of which may be unreliable or biased.
Critical thinking equips you with the skills to evaluate the credibility of sources, distinguish between fact and opinion, and identify potential misinformation.
It empowers you to make informed decisions based on accurate and trustworthy information, rather than being influenced by sensationalism or propaganda. Furthermore, critical thinking fosters creativity and innovation. By challenging conventional wisdom and exploring new possibilities, critical thinkers are better equipped to develop original ideas and solutions. This creative aspect of critical thinking involves thinking outside the box, considering alternative approaches, and embracing uncertainty. It encourages a willingness to take risks and experiment with new ideas, leading to breakthroughs and advancements in various fields. Finally, critical thinking is a lifelong practice. It's not a skill that you acquire once and for all. It requires continuous development and refinement. Engaging in regular intellectual activities such as reading, debating, and problem solving helps to keep your critical thinking skills sharp. Seeking out diverse experiences and perspectives also contributes to your growth as a critical thinker. By committing to lifelong learning and self-improvement, you ensure that your critical thinking abilities remain robust and adaptable to the changing world. In essence, understanding the essence of critical thinking is about cultivating a mindset of open-mindedness, analytical thinking, logical reasoning, reflective thinking, effective communication, information literacy, creativity, and lifelong learning. By embracing these principles, you empower yourself to navigate life's complexities with clarity, make informed decisions, and contribute meaningfully to the world around you. Critical thinking is not just a skill, it's a way of life that enriches your intellectual and personal growth.
The role of critical thinking in decision-making is pivotal, as it empowers individuals to make informed, rational, and effective choices. Critical thinking involves the ability to evaluate information, analyze situations, and consider multiple perspectives before reaching a conclusion.
By applying critical thinking skills, you can navigate complex decisions with clarity and confidence, ensuring that your choices are well-founded and aligned with your goals and values. One of the primary benefits of critical thinking and decision-making is that it enables you to assess the validity and reliability of information. In today's information-rich world, we are constantly bombarded with data from various sources. Critical thinking allows you to sift through this information, distinguishing between credible and unreliable sources. This discernment is essential for making decisions based on accurate and trustworthy data, rather than being influenced by misinformation or biased opinions. By critically evaluating information, you can build a solid foundation for your decisions and avoid pitfalls that arise from false or misleading data. Critical thinking also involves recognizing and overcoming cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from rationality that can cloud your judgment and lead to flawed decision-making. Common cognitive biases include confirmation bias, where you seek out information that confirms your existing beliefs, and anchoring bias, where you rely too heavily on the first piece of information you encounter. By being aware of these biases, you can take steps to mitigate their impact on your decisions. This might involve seeking out diverse perspectives, questioning your assumptions, and considering alternative viewpoints.
Overcoming cognitive biases enhances the objectivity and fairness of your decision-making process.
Another crucial aspect of critical thinking and decision-making is the ability to analyze and weigh different options. Critical thinking enables you to break down complex situations into manageable components, allowing you to evaluate the pros and cons of each option.
This analytical approach helps you to identify the potential risks and benefits associated with different choices. By carefully considering the implications of each option, you can make more informed and balanced decisions. This process also involves prioritizing your goals and values, ensuring that your decisions align with what is most important to you.
Critical thinking fosters creativity and innovation in decision-making. When faced with challenging decisions, critical thinkers are more likely to explore unconventional solutions and think outside the box.
This creative approach involves considering alternative strategies and being open to new ideas. By embracing a mindset of curiosity and experimentation, you can identify innovative solutions that may not be immediately apparent. This flexibility and adaptability are particularly valuable in dynamic and rapidly changing environments where traditional approaches may no longer be effective.
Effective decision-making often requires collaboration and communication with others. Critical thinking enhances your ability to engage in constructive dialogue and collaborate with diverse teams.
By listening actively, asking probing questions, and articulating your ideas clearly, you can contribute meaningfully to group decision-making processes. Critical thinking also involves being receptive to feedback and willing to adjust your perspective based on new information. This collaborative approach fosters a culture of open-mindedness and mutual respect, leading to more robust and well-rounded decisions. Critical thinking plays a vital role in ethical decision-making. Ethical decisions involve considering the moral implications of your choices and the impact they will have on others.
Critical thinking enables you to evaluate the ethical dimensions of a situation, weighing the potential consequences of different actions. This involves considering principles such as fairness, justice, and responsibility.
By applying ethical reasoning, you can make decisions that are not only effective but also align with your moral values and contribute to the greater good. In the context of strategic decision-making, critical thinking provides a framework for long-term planning and risk management. Strategic decisions often involve navigating uncertainty and anticipating future challenges. Critical thinking allows you to identify potential risks and develop contingency plans to address them. By considering the long-term implications of your choices, you can make decisions that position you for success and sustainability. This strategic perspective is essential for achieving your goals and adapting to changing circumstances. In essence, the role of critical thinking in decision-making is to provide a structured and rigorous approach to evaluating information, analyzing options, and considering ethical and strategic implications. By applying critical thinking skills, you can make informed, rational, and effective decisions that align with your goals and values. Critical thinking empowers you to navigate complex situations with confidence and clarity, ensuring that your choices are well-founded and contribute to your personal and professional growth.
Through the practice of critical thinking, you enhance your ability to make sound decisions that lead to positive outcomes and meaningful progress.
Overcoming cognitive biases is crucial for enhancing our critical thinking skills and making more informed, rational decisions. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from rationality that affect our judgments and decision-making processes.
They are inherent in human thinking and can lead to flawed conclusions and poor choices. By becoming aware of these biases and actively working to overcome them, we can improve our decision-making abilities and achieve more accurate and fair outcomes. One of the most common cognitive biases is confirmation bias, which is the tendency to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs and opinions. This bias can prevent us from considering alternative perspectives and can lead to a distorted view of reality. To overcome confirmation bias, it is important to actively seek out diverse viewpoints and challenge our own assumptions. Engage with information and opinions that differ from your own, and be open to the possibility that your beliefs may need to be revised based on new evidence. By embracing a mindset of curiosity and openness, you can mitigate the impact of confirmation bias and develop a more balanced and informed perspective. Another prevalent cognitive bias is the availability heuristic, which is the tendency to judge the likelihood of events based on how easily examples come to mind.
This bias can lead to overestimating the probability of dramatic or recent events, while underestimating the likelihood of more common but less memorable occurrences.
To counteract the availability heuristic, it is important to rely on statistical data and evidence rather than anecdotal experiences. Consider the broader context and base your judgments on objective information rather than the ease with which examples come to mind.
By grounding your decisions in data, you can reduce the influence of this bias and make more accurate assessments. The anchoring bias is another cognitive bias that can significantly affect our decision-making. Anchoring bias occurs when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we encounter when making decisions. This initial anchor can disproportionately influence subsequent judgments, even if it is irrelevant or misleading. To overcome anchoring bias, it is essential to critically evaluate the initial information and consider additional evidence before forming conclusions.
Avoid making snap judgments based on the first piece of information you receive, and instead, take the time to gather and analyze multiple sources of information. By considering a range of data points, you can make more informed and balanced decisions. The hindsight bias is the tendency to see events as having been predictable after they have already occurred. This bias can lead to overconfidence in our ability to predict future events and can distort our understanding of past decisions.
To combat hindsight bias, it is important to acknowledge the uncertainty and complexity of events and to recognize that outcomes are not always foreseeable.
Practice humility and self-awareness by regularly reflecting on your decision-making processes and considering the factors that influenced your judgments. By acknowledging the limitations of hindsight, you can develop a more realistic and nuanced perspective on past events.
The framing effect is another cognitive bias that can impact our decision-making. The framing effect occurs when the way information is presented influences our judgments and choices. For example, people may react differently to a glass described as half full versus half empty, even though the underlying information is the same. To overcome the framing effect, it is important to critically analyze the way information is presented and to consider alternative frames. Reframe the information in multiple ways to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the issue.
By being mindful of the framing effect, you can reduce its influence on your decisions and make more objective and reasoned choices. The sunk cost fallacy is the tendency to continue investing in a project or decision based on the cumulative prior investment time, money, resources, rather than the current and future benefits. This bias can lead to escalating commitments to failing endeavors.
Overcome the sunk cost fallacy, it is important to assess decisions based on their present and future value rather than past investments. Recognize that past costs are irrecoverable and focus on making decisions that optimize future outcomes.
By adopting a forward-looking perspective, you can avoid the trap of the sunk cost fallacy and make more rational choices.
In summary, overcoming cognitive biases requires self-awareness, critical thinking, and a proactive approach to evaluating information and making decisions.
By recognizing common cognitive biases such as confirmation bias, availability heuristic, anchoring bias, hindsight bias, framing effect, and sunk cost fallacy, and actively working to mitigate their impact, you can enhance your decision-making abilities and achieve more accurate and fair outcomes.
Developing these skills is essential for navigating the complexities of the modern world and making well-informed, rational decisions that contribute to your personal and professional growth.
Enhancing problem-solving skills is a critical aspect of personal and professional development. Effective problem-solving involves the ability to identify, analyze, and address issues in a systematic and constructive manner. By owning these skills, you can navigate challenges more efficiently and make better decisions, ultimately leading to improved outcomes and success in various aspects of life. One of the fundamental components of effective problem solving is developing a clear understanding of the problem. This involves defining the issue accurately and gathering relevant information to comprehend its scope and impact. A thorough understanding of the problem allows you to identify its root causes and potential consequences. By taking the time to gather and analyze information, you can avoid jumping to conclusions and ensure that your approach to solving the problem is well informed. Critical thinking is a key element in enhancing problem-solving skills.
Critical thinking involves analyzing information, evaluating evidence, and considering different perspectives to make reasoned judgments.
When faced with a problem, engage in critical thinking by asking questions such as, what are the underlying causes of this issue? What are the potential consequences of different solutions? What evidence supports or contradicts these solutions? By employing critical thinking, you can make more objective and rational decisions, leading to more effective problem solving.
Creativity is another important aspect of problem solving. Creative thinking allows you to explore innovative and unconventional solutions to problems. It involves thinking outside the box and considering alternative approaches that may not be immediately obvious.
To enhance creativity and problem solving, encourage brainstorming sessions where all ideas are welcomed and valued regardless of how unconventional they may seem. Embrace a mindset of curiosity and experimentation, and be willing to take risks and try new approaches. Creative problem solving can lead to breakthroughs and novel solutions that conventional thinking may overlook. Collaboration and teamwork are essential for effective problem solving, especially in complex or multifaceted situations. Working with others allows you to leverage diverse perspectives, skills, and expertise. Collaborative problem solving involves active listening, open communication, and mutual respect. Encourage team members to share their insights and ideas, and consider how different viewpoints can contribute to a more comprehensive understanding of the problem. By fostering a collaborative environment, you can enhance the quality of your solutions and build a stronger, more cohesive team. Another important component of problem solving is the ability to break down complex issues into smaller, manageable parts. This process, known as decomposition, allows you to tackle each component systematically and identify specific actions needed to address them. By breaking down the problem, you can focus on one aspect at a time, reducing the feeling of being overwhelmed and making the problem more approachable. Decomposition also helps you to identify interdependencies and potential points of failure, allowing for more targeted and effective solutions. Decision-making is a crucial part of problem solving. Once you have identified potential solutions, it is important to evaluate them based on criteria such as feasibility, impact, and alignment with your goals and values.
This evaluation process involves weighing the pros and cons of each option and considering their potential consequences. Decision-making requires both analytical and intuitive thinking.
While analytical thinking provides a logical framework for evaluating options, intuitive thinking allows you to draw on your experience and instincts to make informed choices. By balancing these approaches, you can make more effective and confident decisions. Resilience and adaptability are also vital for effective problem solving. Not all solutions will work as expected, and setbacks are inevitable. Resilience involves maintaining a positive and determined attitude in the face of challenges.
It means viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as insurmountable barriers. Adaptability involves being flexible and willing to adjust your approach as needed.
If a solution does not yield the desired results, be prepared to reassess the situation, learn from the experience, and try a different approach. Resilience and adaptability enable you to navigate uncertainty and persist in the pursuit of effective solutions.
Finally, reflection and continuous improvement are essential for enhancing problem-solving skills. After implementing a solution, take the time to reflect on the process and outcomes. Consider what worked well and what could be improved.
Seek feedback from others and use it to inform future problem-solving efforts. Continuous improvement involves a commitment to learning and growth, recognizing that problem-solving skills can always be refined and developed further.
By engaging in regular reflection and seeking opportunities for improvement, you can enhance your problem-solving abilities and achieve greater success in addressing challenges. Critical thinking in the digital age is more crucial than ever before. In an era characterized by an overwhelming influx of information, the ability to analyze, evaluate, and discern the credibility of this information is essential.
The digital landscape presents both opportunities and challenges, making critical thinking a vital skill for navigating the complexities of modern life.
One of the key challenges of the digital age is the sheer volume of information available at our fingertips. The internet provides access to an unprecedented amount of data, from news articles and academic research to social media posts and personal blogs. While this wealth of information can be empowering, it also requires individuals to exercise discernment and critical thinking to separate fact from fiction. This involves evaluating the credibility of sources, assessing the reliability of information, and being aware of potential biases. By applying critical thinking, individuals can make informed decisions based on accurate and trustworthy information.
The digital age also presents the challenge of misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation refers to false or misleading information that is spread unintentionally, while disinformation is deliberately false information intended to deceive. Both can have significant consequences, from influencing public opinion and political decisions to affecting individual beliefs and behaviors.
Critical thinking enables individuals to identify and challenge misinformation and disinformation by questioning the source, checking for corroborating evidence, and considering alternative viewpoints. This vigilance is essential for maintaining an informed and engaged citizenry.
Another important aspect of critical thinking in the digital age is understanding the role of algorithms and echo chambers. Algorithms, which are used by search engines and social media platforms, can create personalized content feeds based on users' preferences and behaviors.
While this can enhance user experience, it can also lead to the formation of echo chambers, online environments where individuals are exposed only to information that reinforces their existing beliefs.
This can limit exposure to diverse perspectives and perpetuate biases. Critical thinking involves recognizing the influence of algorithms and actively seeking out diverse viewpoints to broaden understanding and challenge assumptions.
Digital literacy is a key component of critical thinking in the digital age. Digital literacy involves the ability to effectively use digital tools and platforms to access, evaluate, and create information.
This includes understanding how to navigate the internet, use search engines effectively, and assess the credibility of online sources.
Digital literacy also encompasses the ability to engage in responsible online behavior, including protecting personal information and respecting digital etiquette. By developing digital literacy skills, individuals can enhance their critical thinking abilities and make more informed decisions in the digital realm.
The digital age also presents opportunities for collaboration and collective problem solving. Online platforms enable individuals to connect and collaborate with others from around the world, sharing knowledge and ideas to address complex challenges. Critical thinking plays a vital role in these collaborative efforts, as it involves the ability to communicate effectively, listen actively, and consider multiple perspectives.
By engaging in critical dialogue and collaborative problem solving, individuals can leverage the power of collective intelligence to develop innovative solutions and drive positive change. Furthermore, critical thinking in the digital age requires an awareness of ethical considerations and responsible use of technology.
This involves understanding the potential impact of digital actions on individuals and society, including issues related to privacy, security, and digital citizenship.
Critical thinking enables individuals to navigate these ethical complexities by considering the broader implications of their digital behavior and making choices that align with their values and principles. By fostering ethical awareness and responsible use of technology, individuals can contribute to a more equitable and inclusive digital society.
Education plays a pivotal role in cultivating critical thinking skills in the digital age. Educational institutions have the responsibility to equip students with the tools and knowledge needed to navigate the digital landscape effectively. This includes teaching critical thinking and digital literacy as core components of the curriculum, providing opportunities for students to engage in critical analysis and problem solving, and encouraging a culture of inquiry and intellectual curiosity.
By prioritizing critical thinking in education, we can empower the next generation to thrive in the digital age and contribute meaningfully to society.
In summary, critical thinking in the digital age is essential for navigating the complexities of modern life.
It involves evaluating the credibility of information, identifying and challenging misinformation and disinformation, understanding the role of algorithms and echo chambers, developing digital literacy skills, engaging in collaborative problem solving, considering ethical implications, and fostering a culture of critical inquiry. By cultivating these skills, individuals can make informed decisions, engage responsibly in the digital realm, and contribute to a more informed and equitable society. Critical thinking is not just a skill, it is a mindset that empowers individuals to navigate the digital age with confidence and clarity. Cultivating a lifelong practice of critical thinking is an ongoing journey that enriches your personal and professional life. Critical thinking is not a skill that can be mastered overnight. It requires continuous effort, curiosity, and reflection. By committing to lifelong learning and self-improvement, you can develop and maintain strong critical thinking abilities that will serve you well throughout your life.
One of the foundational steps in cultivating critical thinking is fostering a mindset of curiosity and open-mindedness. Curiosity drives you to explore new ideas, ask questions, and seek out diverse perspectives. It encourages you to move beyond surface-level understanding and delve deeper into the complexities of issues. Open-mindedness allows you to consider multiple viewpoints and be receptive to new information, even if it challenges your existing beliefs.
By embracing curiosity and open-mindedness, you create a fertile ground for critical thinking to flourish. Engaging in regular intellectual activities is essential for honing your critical thinking skills. This includes reading widely, participating in discussions and debates, and pursuing educational opportunities. Reading books, articles, and research papers exposes you to a variety of ideas and viewpoints, stimulating your thinking and expanding your knowledge base. Engaging in discussions and debates allows you to articulate your thoughts, listen to others, and refine your arguments. Pursuing educational opportunities such as taking courses or attending workshops provides structured learning experiences that challenge and develop your critical thinking abilities. Reflective thinking is a crucial aspect of cultivating critical thinking. Reflective thinking involves introspection and self-examination, where you assess your own thought processes, beliefs, and assumptions. Take time to reflect on your experiences, decisions, and interactions. Consider what you have learned, what you could have done differently, and how your thinking has evolved. By engaging in reflective thinking, you develop greater self-awareness and a deeper understanding of your cognitive processes. This self-awareness is essential for identifying areas for improvement and making conscious efforts to enhance your critical thinking skills.
Seeking feedback and learning from others is another important practice for cultivating critical thinking. Constructive feedback provides valuable insights into your strengths and areas for growth. Seek feedback from mentors, colleagues, and peers who can offer different perspectives and expertise. Be open to their suggestions and use them as opportunities for learning and improvement. Additionally, learn from role models and thought leaders who exemplify strong critical thinking skills. Observe their approaches, ask questions, and incorporate their strategies into your own thinking.
Engaging in problem-solving and decision-making activities is an effective way to practice and strengthen critical thinking. Seek out opportunities to tackle complex problems, whether in your personal or professional life.
Approach these challenges with a systematic and analytical mindset. Break down the problem, gather relevant information, evaluate different options, and consider the potential consequences of each solution.
By regularly engaging in problem-solving activities, you develop the ability to think critically and make informed decisions. Another important practice for cultivating critical thinking is embracing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning.
This mindset encourages you to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and improvement. Embrace the idea that critical thinking is a skill that can be developed and refined over time.
Be willing to put in the effort to practice and improve, and recognize that progress may be gradual. By adopting a growth mindset, you build resilience and persistence, which are essential for lifelong learning.
Exposure to diverse perspectives and experiences is vital for enhancing critical thinking. Surround yourself with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and disciplines. Engage in conversations that challenge your viewpoints and broaden your horizons.
Travel. Explore new environments and immerse yourself in different cultures.
These experiences expose you to different ways of thinking and help you develop a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of the world.
By seeking out diversity, you enrich your critical thinking and become more adaptable and open-minded.
Incorporating technology and digital tools into your critical thinking practice can also be beneficial. Use online resources such as educational platforms, forums, and databases to access a wealth of information and engage with a global community of thinkers. Participate in online courses, webinars, and virtual discussions to expand your knowledge and sharpen your critical thinking skills. Be mindful of the potential biases and limitations of digital information, and apply your critical thinking to evaluate the credibility and reliability of online sources. In summary, cultivating a lifelong practice of critical thinking involves fostering curiosity and open-mindedness, engaging in intellectual activities, practicing reflective thinking, seeking feedback, embracing a growth mindset, exposing yourself to diverse perspectives, and leveraging technology.
By committing to these practices, you can continuously develop and enhance your critical thinking abilities, enabling you to navigate life's complexities with clarity, make informed decisions, and contribute meaningfully to the world around you.
Through the lifelong pursuit of critical thinking, you empower yourself to achieve personal and professional growth, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. In conclusion, critical thinking is an invaluable skill that empowers us to navigate the complexities of the modern world with clarity, insight, and confidence. From understanding its essence and role in decision-making, to overcoming cognitive biases, enhancing problem-solving skills, and applying it in the digital age, critical thinking enables us to make informed, rational, and ethical decisions. Cultivating a lifelong practice of critical thinking involves continuous learning, self-reflection, and an openness to diverse perspectives. By committing to this practice, we can unlock our potential, achieve personal and professional growth, and contribute meaningfully to society. Embrace the power of critical thinking, and you will discover a path to a more fulfilling and purposeful life.